Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chrissy Jane Anay. We will discuss branding strategies together with my groupmates Malubay, Valdastamon, Lentihan, and Cachero. Learning outcomes. Define the meaning of brand name and product branding. Determine the appropriate strategies in structure of products, its prototype, and patenting. Evaluate the prototype using qualitative evaluation technique. Product branding. It is name or mark that is intended to identify the seller's product and differentiate it from product of competitors. So, product branding is a strategic combination sa mga design, message, and experience that unique nga maka-identify sa product and set it apart from other products in its category. So, example, Coca-Cola. The first brand that comes to our mind is whenever we think of the term product branding is Coca-Cola. It is remarkable how this brand of Coke nagpabilin o nga relevant for so many decades. In a market that has so many alternatives, they have had a number of brands, but their basic ideas for product branding remains the same. Their unique font style and logos have remained consistent across these decades and have always connected with the people. Brand name consists of letters, words, or numbers that can be read or verbalized. A brand mark is the part of the brand that appears in the form of symbols and distinctive lettering or colors. The brand name refers to the unique name or word that identifies a company, product, or service. It is a key component of a brand identity and is used to distinguish it from competitors. A brand name can be a combination of words or even a made-up of words. So, for example, Nike, a brand that is specialized in the athletic footwear, apparel, and equipment. Advantage of branding. First, brand make it easy to identify the product or service. Second, it is assure the buyer that they get the same quality of products. Third, it reduces price comparison. Fourth, it adds prestige to the product of the seller. Thank you. So next slide will be discussed by Miss Annalyn.
My name is Annalyn Malubay. I am the next reporter. So my topic is selecting a good brand name. So number one, it shows suggest about a product or service. So creating a brand name, we need to identify our product and service that we offer to our customers. So number two is it must be easy to pronounce and remember. So a brand name will be easy to identify and pronounce so that our customers will know our brand. So number three is it must be simple and short. So creating a brand name make it simple para dali ra mabasa o dili sad lisod ang design. Number four, it must be distinct or different from others. So dapat lahi sa uban brand. Nowadays, there's a lot of companies that are similar to others. Create your branding and logos na lahi sa uban. Dapat unique siya. Number 5, it must be adaptable to new company product that may be added. So dapat friendly brand name siya para dali i-drive na mga new suggestion and change na buhaton. So number 6 is must be capable of registration and legal protection. So the most important is dapat about regulation and legalization of the product. You must be capable. So next is branding strategies. So users strategy and manufacturers have established a wide distribution system that rely heavily on their capability B. Penetrate the market with the amount of resources in promoting the brand to it. So, and then in this stage, there are so many procedure distribution to wide and spread your product and brand identify our target market. Actually daghan na siya ang mga pamaagi para to know our product. So middleman strategy, this is also called as producers and sole distributor carry the brand name of the manufacturer and the of middleman. So, mao ni siya co-branding nimo or matawag ni siya na partnership agreement who present your brand and product to manufacturing site. So, advantages of co-branding. So, number one, it creates broader customer appeal. So, isa sa this sa imo strategy because having this your brand and product will easily present to others. And number two is it develops greater equality. So of course you can develop your brand name through the help of your co-branding with collaboration. So number three is it, it expands the middleman brands in the market. So with co-branding, it will lead you to expand in the market. So this next is disadvantage of co-branding. So first is coordination is oftentimes difficult with the producers and the middleman. So it will help miscoordinate. So number two is it entails legal contract, which can be complex and difficult. So with co-branding, they have contractual agreement. So number three is licensing agreement is necessary. So licensing agreement with co-branding also national authority on your brand. So number four is unique mutual trust between the two parties. So of course, na connection with two parties. So next is branding strategies for producers and middlemen. So the producers and middlemen are partners in the distribution of the product to their target consumers. So branding strategies is a partnership agreement and they need to coordinate each other for identifying those customers. So next is the different strategies used to sell more product. So first is branding with the product mix. And next is separate name for each product, the company name combined with the product, the company name alone, and position name. That's all.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm third reporter. My topic is criteria for choosing a brand name. First is distinctive. A brand name should stand out and be unique from the competitors to easily catch attention and memorable sa isip ng mga consumer. The second is word association. It should evoke positive emotion or ideas related to the product or service. Kapag narinig ng mga tao ang mga pangalan ng dapat nilang na-associate ito sa mga magandang bagay o karanasan. The third is legal requirements. Legal requirements, it needs to comply with trademarks and other legal regulation para hindi magka-problema ang negosyo. Sa hinaharap dapat, iwasan ang mga existing na trademark o copyright. The fourth is memorability. Memorability, it should be easy remember para madaling tandaan ng mga tao, kailangan maging catchy at hindi nakakalito. 5 is pronounceability. It should be easy to pronounce para madaling sabihin ng mga tao, lalo kapag ang produkto o serbisyo ay pagmasa. Hindi dapat mahirap bigkasin o makaintindi. The last is limitations. Limitation is consideration of limitation like cultural sensitivity, global sclavity, and potential negative. Dapat pag-isipan ang mga limitation tulad ng sensitibidad sa kultura abot kaya sa iba't ibang bansa at maaaring negatibong kahulugan. Prototype usefulness for licensing. Prototype development is not essential but can add value to a project. This is particularly the case if the company needs to provide that concept works. Step 1. Document is the first step for patent the idea, keeping it from being stolen. Second step. Research is the company will need to research the idea from a legal and business standpoint. Third step. Make a prototype. A prototype is a model of the invention that puts into the practice of the things that we write in the inventor's journal. The last, file a patent. There are two main patents to choose from. A. Utility patent for new processes or machine. B. Design patent for manufacturing new, non-obvious, ornamental advantage of prototype. First is it lists and refines the functionality of design. The functionality of the design prototype allows for the testing and improvement for design functionality. It provides an opportunity para evaluate ang iba't ibang aspeto ng produkto at para i-change ang performance nito. The second is it makes it possible to test the performance of various materials. To test the performance of various materials, prototype enables the testing sa iba't ibang performance ng materials. It offers insight kung saan ang materials ay pinaka-cost, effective, and efficient para sa produkto. The third is, it will help you describe your product more effectively. It will help you describe your product more effectively. Ang pagkakaroon ng prototype ay mabibigay ng mas epektibo paraan para ma-describe ang produkto. The last is, it will encourage others to take it more seriously. It will encourage others to take more seriously. Having a prototype demonstrates education at commitment sa ibang idea or produkto. Brainstorm ideas. First, try making a list of all the things that are interesting. This could be habits, jobs, or products that are used on regular basis. Second, for each activity or item of interest, make a list of possible improvements that could be made in the form of an invention. The third is make a healthy list. It is better to have too many ideas than too few, so continue listing until nothing else to add. The fourth is keep a journal at all times to constantly add new items to possible invention. Keeping ideas all organized in one place, a journal will also help to remain mentally clutter-free and allow reviewing ideas. The last is do not rush the brainstorming process. Inspiration that not hit what lighting and could require a few weeks or months of listening ideas before empathy strikes.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I am Jerry Cachero, the last reporter. The topic is all about the evaluation of prototypes. So, evaluation of prototype is the process when a sample of your target audience tests your product to give you an idea of its functioning and their experience. So, this is a crucial phase in your product development, as only after knowing your prototype works for your users can you consider it as market ready. So let's proceed to the methods of evaluation. So methods of evaluation is mauni sila ang strategies or techniques nga ginagamit to assess the effectiveness, efficiency, and impact of a program, project, or system. So these methods can vary widely depending on the context and the specific objectives of evaluation. Okay, so running sessions. Running session for a paper prototype as the user select option or each screen, the designer explains what happens and present the next screen to the user. So do not give any hints or assistance unless the user is unable to complete the task. Observe the interaction and note any problems encountered. The users may prompt to write for their impression of a page design, what they think different elements may do, and what they expect the result of their next action be. The users may also be asked to suggest how individual elements could be improved. Interview the users to gain general opinion and ask about specific problems encountered. So, these are the three general approaches. Number one, simple observation is given the task and evaluator just watches the user's problem. The second one is constructive interaction, normal conversation between the two users or monitored. Last, query interviews, structured and ret- retrospective surveys and questionnaires. Okay, so let's proceed to the analysis of result. Number one, determine the audience you want to reach. Number two, typical survey, random sample of between 50 to 100 users of the product. Determine how will you deliver and collect the questionnaire. Number three, determine how will you deliver and collect the questionnaire. Online for computer users, surface mail with pre-addressed reply envelope for better response rate. The last one is determine target demographic, example, level of experience, age, income, or etc. So, style of questions. Um, Letter A, open-ended question ask for a prompt opinion and good for general subjective information but difficult to analyze rigorously. So, open-ended question usually started with how, why, and what. Have no set or predetermined answer, requires response to explain. Letter B, closed questions restrict the respondent response by supplying alternative answers and make questionnaires a core for respondent to fill in. So, close-ended questions have some form of predetermined answer. They usually featured a yes or no response. So, muna siya ang sa close. Letter C, multiple choice, possibly multiple response. Letter D, rank respondent place and ordering on items in a list. Letter E, combining open-ended and closed questions get specific response but allows room for users' opinion. It is easy to recover from mistakes. So, muna siyang yang pilian kining strongly disagree, neutral, agree, and strongly agree. Letter F, qualitative observational tests are quick and easy to do. Several methods that reveal what is in a person head as they are doing the test. Particular methods include conceptual model extraction. That's all for our report.
Thank you, everyone.